Amazon and Shopify are two of the most popular ways to start generating income online. And for most new sellers, choosing between selling products on Amazon or Shopify is one of the earliest decisions you'll need to make as an online entrepreneur. There are some important differences between both platforms that may make one option better for you. So in this video, I'll be going over the pros and the cons of selling on each Amazon and Shopify, and what platform I'd recommend for most sellers. For those of you new to the channel, my name is Michael, and it's my passion to help make starting your first online business as straightforward as possible. So first off, I'll start by doing a quick overview of each platform, then I'll get into the pros and cons of each Amazon FBA and Shopify Dropshipping. So first up is Amazon FBA. Using Amazon's Fulfilled by Amazon program, you'll be selling on Amazon's website, and you'll need to create a listing using Amazon's listing format. So this basically means that you'll need to follow all of Amazon's listing rules in order to list products for sale. When selling products on Amazon, chances are most of your customers will come from the Amazon site itself as opposed to from a different website. And when shopping on Amazon, products show up based on search terms that customers search, as opposed to needing to place ads on Google, Instagram, Facebook, and other platforms to generate awareness. When selling through the FBA program, you'll also ship your products to the Amazon warehouse before you make any sales. And Amazon will manage your fulfillment, your shipping, and things like returns for you. This means less work over time, but it also means that you'll need to purchase your inventory up front, which could mean higher startup costs. So next up, we have Shopify Dropshipping. When selling on Shopify, you have your own website, and you're in charge of shipping your own orders. So generally speaking, you'll have more customization options on Shopify, and basically that means having more control over what your product page, branding, and marketing look like. However, since you'll be selling products from your own website on Shopify, you can expect to put in more effort to attract customers to your own website versus finding them already ready to purchase on Amazon. So while you can save on certain seller fees by operating your own website, you'll need to set up more processes that Amazon streamlines for you as part of that Seller Central program. Shopify is also a great way to have more control over all aspects of your business, but this does come at a cost, namely the time and the effort it takes to create your own website and to fulfill your orders, among other things. So now that we have a quick overview of what it means to get started on each platform, let's double click on the pros and cons of each. So first, the pros of selling on Amazon. First off, Amazon has a larger audience that already trusts Amazon's platform. So if you think about it, if you're a brand new customer and you stumble upon a new Shopify page, chances are you're gonna be a little skeptical before making your first purchase. Second, Amazon customers are warmer leads, and they're on Amazon for a reason, to make a purchase. So versus just browsing on Google or Facebook and coming across your Shopify ad, Amazon customers are generally speaking a little bit closer to making their final purchasing decision. Third, Amazon handles shipping and returns for you. Now, this can be a really big benefit for a lot of new sellers because fulfillment and returns and managing all of those processes can be quite time consuming. Next, Amazon also has very reliable, fast shipping. So if you're aware of the Amazon Prime program, you'll know that a lot of items are available for 1 to 2 day shipping. And this is really helpful in helping push customers to make that purchasing decision, that kind of quicker gratification of fast shipping. Next, the potential to scale is quite huge on Amazon, especially if you find the right products with enough demand. Because Amazon has so many customers and because so many people are going to Amazon for a lot of their purchases, if you find the right product and put it on Amazon and scale it, the chances are you can actually reach a lot of customers quite quickly. And lastly, Amazon Prime members spend more on average than regular customers. So another thing that people don't think about too often is the buyer psychology behind buying and having a Prime membership. So as a Prime member, you want to make sure that your Amazon Prime membership is worth it. It's over $100 per year, and the more purchases you make on Amazon, the more you get out of that Prime membership in the first place. So Prime members on Amazon will generally spend more than their regular member counterparts. Next up, we have the pros of Shopify Dropshipping. The first pro of Shopify Dropshipping is that there's very low startup cost. So with Amazon, what you'd have to do most of the time is purchase all of your inventory up front, or a big chunk of it, send it all to the Amazon warehouse before you can even start selling your products. But on Shopify, especially Shopify Dropshipping, what you can do is actually receive certain orders and fulfill them once you've received them. And a lot of this will depend on the connections that you have with third parties or manufacturers in order to make that happen. But generally speaking, the startup costs on Shopify are a lot cheaper than on Amazon. Next, when you're on Shopify, you basically own your customer base, and all of that customer data and their preferences are yours to analyze. And if you compare that to Amazon, where Amazon is giving you certain metrics that you can use to help improve your listing, on Shopify, because you have total control over your website and what your listing looks like and the ads that you're running, there's a little bit more control and a little bit more creativity that you can add to the process. Lastly, a benefit of Shopify Dropshipping is that seller fees can be a lot lower. So if you think about being on Amazon, because you're using their website, you're putting your listing on their website, you're using their warehouse and their fulfillment methods, they can afford to charge you a little bit more for their services. Because you're creating those processes yourself on Shopify, generally speaking, those fees will be a lot lower. Now let's get into the cons of Amazon. So the first con of Amazon is that you don't really own your customer relationships. So it's harder to contact your customers, tell them about a new product. It's harder to understand specifically why someone did not choose to purchase your product. And you're kind of using the tools that Amazon gives you in order to help make your product as good as possible. Second, Amazon can change their fees at any time, meaning big changes can impact your profitability. So let's just say that the seller fees increase tomorrow and suddenly your profits decrease. Those are things that can actually happen on Amazon. So just being completely up to date with Amazon's terms of service is going to help you a lot in terms of planning your business and understanding how much profit you're actually generating over time. So let's get into the cons of Shopify. So Shopify, generally speaking, you're going to be working with a pretty cold audience. So the leads aren't quite as warm, meaning that people aren't as ready or willing to purchase as they are on Amazon. Also on Shopify, especially when drop shipping, you could experience longer shipping times. So because with dropshipping, you're making these connections and partnerships with people overseas and manufacturers who can ultimately fulfill your order, because a lot of these partners are overseas or farther from your customer, sometimes that shipping period can be a little bit longer and some customers can be a little annoyed by that. Also on Shopify, targeting customers is a little bit more difficult, meaning that you'll need to run ads on your own to drive traffic to your website, as opposed to people being on Amazon already and just stumbling across your listing. And lastly, the fulfillment of Shopify is a wild card. So depending on if you could find and establish a partnership with a fulfillment partner or a manufacturer who's able to ship your products for you, you'll need to create your own processes in order to make that fulfillment process work for your customer. So with that, what is my recommendation? So if you want to get in front of your customers as quickly as possible, I'd recommend starting with Amazon. Not only does Amazon have the best logistics around fulfillment and shipping, but the ease and reliability of Amazon's platform makes it the easiest place to start. And once you begin establishing your brand on Amazon, you can eventually improve your products over time and move your business onto Shopify, where you can take advantage of lower fees and a little bit more ownership over your customer base. However, something to note is that if you're looking to create a premium brand, you may want to think twice about starting on the Amazon platform. For example, for luxury items, some shoppers may consider brands that start on Amazon to be slightly cheaper than their luxury counterparts. And also, because you need to abide by all of Amazon's listing templates and guidelines, you have a little bit less freedom as a premium brand to communicate how your product is more premium or higher quality than the competition. So in most cases, I'd recommend starting out with Amazon FBA when starting your first online business. But there are some fringe cases where you may want to reconsider what platform you start on, depending on branding needs and business goals. So there you go. That was my quick overview of Amazon FBA versus Shopify Dropshipping. Based on the pros and cons of each, which platform will you start with? Leave those in the comments below. And if you found any of this content helpful, please hit the like button. It helps me out a ton. And if you'd like to see any more content, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more actionable videos just like this one. Thanks.